Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to show you a quick video on how to recondition your window aperture trim at the back, which is black normally, like a satin black finish, but it wears through and looks a bit unsightly. One of our customers has asked us while we've got his car just to make them look pretty again, so we're going to show you a quick video on how to do it. So we've already masked it out, and as you can see on the panel there, it's gone through the black and gone shiny through to the metal that the panel's made out of. So we've masked it out, and now we'll show you what you need to get it done. The things you'll need to complete this job is the following: some adhesion promoter for when you've sanded it, some satin black to finish it off, a tack rag to clean the panel once you've sanded it, and we're using a 1000 grit sanding disc, which is a blending disc we use for bodywork, but it's just the right grade to prep this panel. Also a microfiber cloth to clean up. So it's a nice easy prep process. Literally, you're just keying up the surface that we're gonna paint satin black. Just need to make sure you get all the edges. You probably will see some silver come through on it, but it's very easy to prep the panel. So we're now prepped. Take your microfiber cloth and just wipe it over and clean away any surface dust. If you've been cleaning your car recently and using any silicone products, it's also advisable to use a panel wipe. So this is a mild solvent-based panel wipe, fast drying. Just spray a little bit on your cloth and wipe over the panel you've just prepped. A good clean microfiber cloth will get most of the dust and residue off, which is what you're wanting. Once you give it a final wipe, you can make sure everything is dry by just flashing over with a heat gun. Then it's time for your adhesion promoter. Now this adhesion promoter works on plastics and metals, so it's literally just one quick flash, one very thin coat on it, and again you can use your heat gun to send that off. You can see that as it dries the glossiness disappears and it goes matte. This particular one I'm using doesn't need any lengthy drying time between coats of anything else. So you can then get your satin black. And the trick is not to go too heavy, otherwise you get a non-uniform finish. So it's lots of light coats. And again, if you've got a heat gun, it just speeds up the process. And you'll gradually see that the silver areas start to disappear. If you haven't got a heat gun, you can do it without one. It'll just take you a lot longer, because obviously I'm speeding up the drying process, but when you're using very thin coats of satin black, then it dries relatively quickly anyway. But you'll start to see in the next few coats that the silver disappears. I've already done the other side. I think that took about 8 or 9 coats overall, but they are very thin coats. If you go too heavy, then it'll not look nice and it'll look patchy. It is now starting to cover. If you don't have an adhesion promoter, then you can use an etch primer. The good thing about the adhesion promoter is it's clear. If you use a primer, then obviously you're going to take a bit more colour of the satin black to build up coverage. But we're getting there now. You can go a little bit heavier now, but still only light thin coats. This is a job you can do at home, a DIY job. You don't need any specialist equipment. You can use a cheap plug-in heat gun. You don't have to have a battery-powered one like I'm using. And again, we're just about now getting coverage over the silver. Probably one more coat after this one. The thing about this is it's a relatively cheap and easy thing you can do just to restore your Subaru back to what it should look like. Things like that just make them look a little bit tatty. It's easy to do and relatively cheap. You will probably spend around £20 on a spray can of adhesion promoter and a satin black. I'd always say to go for a good quality satin black, so it may be a little bit more. I'm not exactly sure what we pay for ours. Probably maybe 24-ish for both tins, plus the VAT, so it might be closer to 30. But it's still a relatively cheap repair, something you can do yourself. Probably take you around an hour with masking, prepping, cleaning, finishing and drying. If you don't have a heat gun, it may take you a little bit longer. I didn't show the masking up process because that's something that doesn't really need to be shown. I just wanted to show you how easy it was to make these look nice again. I think this will be the final coat. I'll just have a quick look once it's dried. Just make sure that both sides look the same finish-wise, because that's important. I know people say you can't look at both sides of the car at the same time, but you do want them to match. So we've now covered that. I'm just going to check that it's looking the same as the other side, which it is. Just put one final coat on this side and then the job's done. Just go from a bit further away, keep a fairly dry coat, and what that ensures is that you've got a uniform finish. So that's the job done. Doesn't take long, but don't try and rush it by putting too much paint on, because that is when you will get issues and not have a nice finish. But it's as simple as that. So as you look down that now, you can see we've got a uniform satin black look. There's no silver showing through, and we've made the car look nice again. As you can see, it's come out lovely. Looks OEM factory. Customer will be happy with this. It's what he's asked us to do. He just said, can you tidy it up? I don't think he'll expect it to look as good as it does. It's something you can do at home. It doesn't take a lot of money or any real special skills. If you're okay with a spray can and know not to go too heavy, then you'll be able to do it yourself at very little cost. We're going to try and add some more small how-to videos like this so that you can do things to your vehicle to improve it, make it better, increase the value. It's just something that we're trying to help people with. If you've enjoyed this video, Click the like button, it really does help us. Drop a comment in the comments. Comments and likes are what help us grow our channel. The more people comment and the more people like, the more people YouTube will push the video out to, and that's how we grow the channel. So any interaction with us is highly appreciated. If you want to criticise what we've done, we also welcome that. We're happy to discuss in the comments anything that you think we've done wrong. Every day is a school day, we're always learning, so we're happy to take things on board and improve how we do things going forward.